Hello everyone, tuni hina temperature asat lo gam ni ana view hitin gam tampia asat nam jong le tu de mun ni kaden mun khana cho first I do gpm tile Iran gama lu desert na ana view hiti hichlai desert asat dan he NASA satellite nin hold on na ko na hichlai mun sat dan he 159 Fahrenheit to 70 degrees Celsius ahen one of the hottest place on earth at time. It is done here. Nisa has a zihin. I think Tay Majam put Mihing hin the Tazon Hippon, Chitale against him the tail, Hampa looking him the Tazon Hippon, Chitale Asad Varzihin Amunachi holding in a toes on a hain, haze on a hain, Chitale Tizazat equipment home and Zazan Hozon. A day bung a function tape when he abandoned video in the village and detail on the module.
In desert, while the weather is so hot, we find some water and put our scarf or shemagh in the water, national air condition, and put it on our head to reduce the temperature. So we need to record the track of going to the desert. There is a backup company which is following our GPS and our track, and if something happened to us, they immediately come to us.
The Lut Desert is also recognized as one of the driest regions in the world. It usually receives less than 30 millimeters of precipitation per year, and this small amount of rainwater flows down the surrounding mountains for a short time and evaporates quickly. There are many salty lakes that have dried up in the scorching heat. Unfortunately, some migratory birds cannot find any shade they can take shelter in when they fly in this geography, and they make a mistake. They come to these salty lakes and drink salty water without knowing, and they pay for this mistake with their lives.
This shows that nature has no joke and has no pity. I don't know what kind of bird this is. Beyond recognizable. Let's go.
In order to move forward in the desert, we lower the pressure of the tires of the cars.
Hey, look, my shoe is melted. My feet feel like burning.
We're not in the hottest place yet. Our friend's shoe just melted because of stepping on the ground. This layer has slipped. The ground is about 70 degrees Celsius or 158 degrees Fahrenheit.
When we are not filming, we protect our cameras from high temperatures in the refrigerators where we store our water. Otherwise, they are constantly turning off.
It's dark.
Our phones also became unusable from time to time.
My phone doesn't work.
Even though I constantly refill the 2-liter water bag I carry on my back all the time and drink water again and again, I can't stop my thirst. It is now 2:15 p.m. We are walking towards Endless Desert. Let's see how far we can walk. The near west of the desert is a low-altitude region with an altitude of up to 150 meters and is exposed to the strong winds. Wind erosions form colute structures, which are up to 150 meters high and can be seen in rows for tens of kilometers. The region is also home to yardanks up to 75 meters high, parallel ridges, and other geoclimatic formations. Although the wind is strong here, the sand is almost scorching. I have a hard time even standing up like this because the heat from the ground is burning my feet. Even though I'm wearing high-heeled sneakers, I can feel the warmth. Temperature measurements are made in shaded areas by weather stations. There's no working weather station here. We will also provide some shadow here. In the shade near Kaluz, where there are fast-blowing winds, we couldn't see the 52 degrees Celsius we saw under the sun 1 hour ago. You see that the temperature is now 47.3 degrees Celsius, 117 degrees Fahrenheit. But innocent winds can turn into sandstorms later in the day. Winds also make our lips chapped and increase our thirst. The sun rays reflected back from the sand make it difficult for us to see. That's worse. I feel like I'm blind. There's so much light. Glasses are a very serious need. It is really impossible to see around without them. It also protects against sandstorms from the sides. But this is not the hottest spot. We haven't reached the hottest point yet. I think the temperatures are 5 to 6 degrees Celsius higher there. After 50 degrees Celsius, it becomes more difficult to withstand with each increasing degree. It becomes impossible to hold metal objects, and also some objects may melt. The effect of a temperature increase from 50 to 51 degrees Celsius is very different from 30 to 31 degrees Celsius. It pushes the limits of endurance. So let's measure the soil temperature here. 63.7 degrees Celsius, 146.6 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't know what will happen in a few hundred kilometers. You see now that the shadow is 45 degrees Celsius or 113 degrees Fahrenheit. We are still early in the day.
I keep the phone cooler like this, with this ice like this. If it is got hot, it doesn't work.
After a difficult 2-hour journey into the heart of the desert, we finally approached the central point. This place has one of the lowest altitudes in the Lot Desert and is the second hottest spot. After this point, if we are going to stay outside for more than 2 minutes, no part of our body should be exposed, including our hands. The first thing we did as soon as we got out of the vehicle at around 12 o'clock was to measure the temperature of the ground. Our infrared thermometer showed 66.9 degrees Celsius, 66.3 degrees Celsius, 68.2 degrees Celsius. After only 2 minutes of laser thermometer measurement, the device gives an error due to high temperature. Our immersion thermometer, on the other hand, shows 69.6 degrees Celsius. Our guide worried that we might get stuck in the sand and quickly got out the vehicle.
I'm gonna pass these dunes and then I pick you up there because the car should be lighter.
As we move towards the center of the desert, the conditions are getting tougher. There are cliffs out there which we have not seen anywhere before.
We need to be very careful near the sand dunes because we got stuck immediately. Should be very careful and drive very good.
It is very hard to breathe here. I am actually very thirsty. As you see the red line of the thermometer stuck to the top, it's not moving, can't measure. It shows that it exceeds 50 degrees Celsius or 122 degrees Fahrenheit. We also have a laser thermometer here. This no longer works at all, giving an error message. This is an immersion thermometer. There is a temperature of 52 degrees Celsius or 125.5 degrees Fahrenheit here. Our guide says we will go further, but even this geography does not allow us to breathe. After opening the window, it is like hair dryer machine. It's really unbelievable.
The floor is like a pan on a stove. The ambience is like an oven.
We are pushing the boundaries here. I was thinking that I would be relaxed when I opened the window, but it is worse.
It's like the hot air squeezing our throats.
Every metal place we touch is like it's on fire. There's a reason this umbrella isn't black. I want this measurement to be fair. My feet are like on fire, really. When you stand in a place and wait a little, the feeling of warmth increases. First, let's measure the temperature on the ground. It gives an error. Yes, it can measure the temperature, but it cannot be under the heat. We're going to keep the thermometer next to cold water, cool it down a bit, and try again. I tried to provide the shade for about a minute to make a fair measure. I can't even speak. This isn't working anyway. It doesn't show anything. It says iPhone needs to cool down before you can use it. Now we're going to measure the temperature under the sun. Because we don't have any shade here, that's the temperature we feel, nowhere to hide.
They think the hottest place on earth is, and they'll most likely reply Death Valley. Indeed, the whole of Arizona can get devilishly hot, leading to people posting hundreds of hilarious images of things simply melting away from the heat of the sun. One image here, a garbage bin, had melted apart thanks to the extreme temperatures the metal cans reached inside, probably far exceeding 200 degrees Fahrenheit or 93 degrees Celsius. This famously hot area hosts virtually no animal or plant life and is a peril to traverse without adequate preparation. In fact, there are numerous stories of hikers being caught out in Death Valley, and one famous case in 1991 of a group who perished there led to the film in their camera actually melting. Furnace Creek is the part of Death Valley which holds the world's temperature record, with a record high of a staggering 134.6 Fahrenheit or 57 degrees in 1913. It's between 50 and 80 meters, or just over 200 feet, below sea level, and is encircled by raised, rocky sides, allowing heat to sink right down into the creek, which has absolutely no shelter from the merciless sun. Many meteorologists dispute the accuracy of this historical reading, but modern temperature readings still reach around 129.2 degrees Fahrenheit or 54 degrees Celsius and have been recorded with photographic evidence. Furnace Creek's average highs in the summer peak around 114.8 Fahrenheit or 46 degrees Celsius, which is just phenomenal. That puts Furnace Creek right up with what currently seems to be the world's hottest temperatures. Because of this, Furnace Creek has become a popular tourist site and now features shops and cafes, so you don't have to fry your eggs on the road.